What's going on, Foundation Nation? Today we have a special video. It is just a few days from the World Championships here in Lynchburg, Virginia. We're doing a little practice round today with Missy Gannon, hopeful winner. Hopefully by the time you're watching this, she's leading the tournament.
Yep.
So we're gonna go through a few holes of practice with Missy, ask her some questions and get her feedback and see what she thinks of New London. So let's get into it. All right, take it away.
Okay.
Just do your thing.
Well, yeah, do my thing. 395. All right. It's probably gonna be a thrasher.
Yeah, hold on. Yeah, I was gonna say, like, is it gonna be thrashers like 90% of the tee shots?
I mean, it could be. I you know, from what I've seen.
Right.
Actually, no, it doesn't even matter what I've sseen.
Okay.
It's gonna be a thrasher.
What I say is your typical percentage, like how many out of 10 on the tee are we throwing thrasher?
I mean, it is.
It could be 10.
It depends, but it could be 100%.
Yeah.
Usually it's like 80%.
Fair enough. If something works, why not go to it? You know? Yeah.
They fly like fairways for me, so
yeah,
it's kind of hard not to. I'm gonna throw something slower just to warm up a little.
Yeah, fair enough.
All right, so yeah, no OB.
Yeah, nothing to worry about. Hey, there you go.
Straight out of the car. Look at that.
It's great.
All right, one more warm up. Oh, that's too high.
Yeah, normally with the OB, you have to play kind of the game of I don't want to flip something too aggressively.
Yeah.
But now with no OB, you can if you flip it over and make that mistake, not a huge deal.
Okay. So, yeah, those stands are they might be in thrasher danger zone.
I would say so. I would say so. I was thinking that before. They're pretty close.
Maybe we'll see.
Yeah, that's where you want to go right there.
Line, now that there's no OB.
Oh man,
would that have been OB?
The play right there. Yeah, that would have been going over OB the whole time. Where it landed is probably safe. But
okay.
Yeah, it definitely would not have been. I'd have been a little more scared had there been OB there normally.
I mean, I'm thinking one of my more neutral. Let's see what happens. Oh no. Okay, I got to line up differently. I can't be afraid of the woods on the right.
Yeah, everything wants to go left here.
All right. If I can just aim right at those 3 trees at the end.
There it is. That's money. Oh my gosh, go in. Can you imagine?
Okay.
Perfect.
I would take that. I would take that.
Yeah.
It's probably going to hyzer out and skip, but.
Yeah, it's tough not to. You almost have to land in that hillside, but then sometimes it rolls anyway.
Yeah, I'm almost thinking maybe a little lower and get some like ground play maybe.
Yeah, this is pretty typical for what you'll get with a good shot here.
Okay, first putt of the day, great, perfect. There it is.
So one thing I wanted to ask in relation to practice is, because obviously you do this like every weekend practically, you're playing a lot of new courses. So how much of your practice during the round is focused on balancing learning a course versus actually working on your game? Yeah,
so the first practice round, especially on a course that's brand new, typically just involves like not getting the shot right. You know, I don't have to throw it perfectly. I just need to see where I'm supposed to go. Just kind of navigating. Try to use my intuition and try to get to the spots that I'm hoping to get to, but not have too many expectations that I'm going to know where to go right off the bat. So ideally the first round is just get used to the course, throw some shots, and then the second and/or third round, try to fine tune. I can really dial it in with Tom.
That makes sense. Yeah, fair enough.
And also try not to lose any on the first round because you don't know where you're going.
Little turn over here. It's kind of as aggressive as you want sort of play. Obviously no OB on the right because that's how it would normally be. It's how short do you want to make the upshot sort of hole, right? So
it's 612, so I really only need like 300.
Yeah, the second shot, if you're in the middle of the fairway, no matter if you're 200 feet or 350, it's going to be the same shot. Basically, it's going to be a straight to hyzer up shot. Cool. Yeah, I'm going to put it right in the perfect spot. That is 2 right.
2 left, 2 right.
Yeah, that's overturned. Good kicks from the fairway, but that is way too much turn there.
Try to hug that back wall a little.
Yeah, the back. If you stay on the back wall as long as possible, that is typically better.
Okay. Oh, that wasn't flippy enough. Maybe it'll kick out.
That could be okay though, because it'll drop pretty quick.
All right.
That'll be. Well, now it's okay. Now it's great.
I mean, I do have to go the thrasher route. That was an undertaker.
Yeah, that was never. It's got to be a thrasher.
But We gotta try the aggressive route. All right, a little too inside. A little
now, speaking of Thrasher, though, you do have a new Thrasher.
I do.
Well, we're fondly calling the Crasher, the Captain's Thrasher.
Well, you read my mind. That's what I was trying to...
Is that what you're trying to get going?
See if that would catch on.
Well, we're working on it. So what is that disc like? What was the thought behind that, and what is that kind of doing in your bag right now?
Yes, the thought behind that was I love the feel of the Thrasher, and I honestly can throw the Thrasher, again, for any shot.
Yeah.
Like if I had to play a 1-disc round, even with putting,
I
can throw a Thrasher.
Yeah.
But it was the situations where the other slightly stabled molds weren't really feeling great in my hand, and I throw the Thrasher so well that I wanted something that felt really similar to the Thrasher, but had that slight overstability to handle those maybe headwind situations, or also for the general population who loves the Thrashers and maybe they're starting to graduate off of them or away from them as their stable driver. Now they have something that feels the same, that is more overstable.
Would you say it delivered on your expectations?
It definitely did.
We really like it,
We took a long time on it on purpose. I was anxious about it, but I was like, I need to get it right. I want it to be perfect. I don't care if it takes another year, but thankfully we got it out and got to a point where version 3 or 4, I think, was what we landed on.
It's a great disc.
Yeah.
Great disc. We haven't tried it yet, but you obviously have about 90 feet past that tree.
Okay.
Because sometimes people will think the basket's closer than it is. It might look like it.
Yeah.
But you do need to go quite a bit further.
Okay.
The other thing to know is the green is pretty barren.
Okay.
So if you play something wide, you can get a pretty good, everything wants to skip and feed that way.
Okay.
And left of the basket, you have a little ditch and some trouble. So it's better to play it out wide, let it move
short,
left.
let it move.
Yeah.
Okay.
And landing it short too, it'll slide up a bit.
Okay, cool.
It's still a good rip, yeah. And also, anytime you have these like subtle slants, like this left to right here, it does like to pull the disc down to the right.
Okay. So maybe I'll keep with the driver. Another Thrasher. Who would have thought?
That looks pretty good. I'm not sure if that's there. No, that should be. Oh my gosh! No way.
I'm not sure if it's there.
No
well, I guess it
way.
is. I don't know.
Are you serious?
Right out of the car.
I mean, it had to go in, right? It skipped. I'm pretty sure it's in there. I'm pretty sure it's in there.
Well, I guess it's
Okay, so it's that shot off the tee and that second shot.
Right, Undertaker off the tee and then Thrasher.
I was like, I don't know if it's pushed far enough forward or not. Just interrupted by the sound of chains.
Well, my expectations are real high for this hole now.
Yeah, I guess there's the demonstration of how fast this green is.
Yeah.
Because had that not hit the basket,
that was gonna be in the woods.
That's where you go in the woods there.
Yeah, so
but
maybe
just run into the basket, yeah.
Right, and maybe I could still throw a Thrasher, but that's a little more overstable. It's gonna get that
right.
left
Because all of this is
fade.
it just skips.
Or I could probably still go Undertaker, just get that, play that ground play.
Wow, that is something else. How about that? We're good luck charm today.
Woo!
There we go.
There we go.
Perfect.
Thrasher. Another Missy Thrasher.
This is probably gonna be the easiest hole you play. There's no OB.
But I like that. I like having to maybe have a little bit of a variety, or like a musket or whatever you want to say.
Yeah, and I wouldn't classify much of any of these holes as muskets.
Right.
But this might feel like it for sure. 300 feet, no OB.
Okay.
One thing I did wonder about Worlds, obviously 5-round tournament.
Yeah.
Doesn't really happen. Do you feel like with more time on your side, do you feel like you've increased odds, or do you like those 3-round sprints where you feel like you can just get hot for 3 rounds and that's that?
I feel like historically I've done pretty well with the longer events. I don't know if it's because I tend to take my practice pretty easy. Like if I know that I have plenty of days to practice, I might throw 1 to 2 shots off the tee just to get my bearings, and like I don't need to throw the shot perfect.
Right.
I know what my discs do, so I'm not going to throw a ton of shots during practice.
Yeah.
I'm just going to trust that I know what they're going to do and that it's the right choice. You know, the way I throw, I feel like isn't really hard on my body. I use a lot more of like the spin movement. I think that helps with my longevity, even in the short term from event to event.
And I always felt like, especially in the FPO division, it can be so volatile sometimes. And I think when your game is on, you're one of the players that can kind of outlast that. That when you're playing well, you're gonna put together consistent rounds, and somebody who may have had a great second round, the 4th round is just gonna drop off.
Yeah.
So I feel like that plays to your advantage. I definitely consider you one of the players that I'm not surprised by your answer. I feel like 5 rounds does play to your advantage.
Yeah,
sure.
And I think also it's the mental side too. It's really,
it's a long battle.
It's not just about the physical. It's about keeping your stuff together.
Right. Well, getting through 2 maybe not great rounds and realizing, hey, I have 3 more opportunities and staying positive for sure.
Yeah. All right. Maybe I'll throw a little mid-range.
No thrasher?
I don't know. I mean, I could if you want me to ace it. I mean, all right. Let's try a meteor though. See what happens. Okay, a little more.
That looks pretty solid.
A little more pump, but that's up there.
Yeah, there's a lot of counter skips to be had up there.
Okay.
For sure.
Yeah, I like that option. You think I should
900
throw
short
faster
or so.
Let me try some ground play a little faster. Oh, shoot. Shank. Cut. All right, let's try a buzz real quick.
That looks good. There you go.
If that's
I think this is another one of those shots where the hillside wants to pull it down, so you can get away with something with a little bit more of that stability because it just is going to float the whole way and then finish left.
Yeah.
And it's another one like hole 1 where like your best putts are always going to be pretty much left of the basket anyways.
Sure.
So.
Gotta do a little bit of putting practice. Oh shoot. All right.
So are you putting with Challenger SS's right now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe meteors though.
Yeah, maybe meteors. How I always find this curious, but how often do you cycle out your putting putters?
It kind of depends.
Okay.
On how
sometimes
many
it's vibes?
times I've hit the ground.
Okay.
Or I'll kind of just feel them out. I don't try to like, sand them down or whatever.
Right. Well, that's the other thing I was wondering too is some players are like brand new putters, that's fine.
Yeah.
And then I talked to Paul once and he was like, it's got to have 1,000 putts before it ever sees a round.
Okay.
So are you like new putters are fine or do you like to have them seasoned in?
I like a little seasoning.
Yeah.
Like if I know that they're going to be putters that I want to rotate in, I'll use them for putting practice so that they get that air time, but they might stay in the box for a
Are you prone to a certain color? Is purple the go-to?
No, they actually all came out black, but these 2 and another pair came out with a little red tint to them.
Yeah.
And so I just wanted to
the
switch it up.
Ones, yeah. Fair enough. Fair enough.
Flex forehand.
Yeah, the flex forehand is probably the most ideal line.
Yeah.
Well, it is the most ideal line for sure.
Yeah.
You can throw a flip up backhand if you want. It's mostly a play for par because you're probably going to finish left.
Yeah.
Those 2 trees that bend kind of like a rainbow, you're trying to go sort of in between them and get a little bit right.
Okay.
That's really the target. But so there is a way to throw a backhand and there's a ditch in front of the basket at like 25 feet and you can land there, but the forehand is definitely the preferred play.
Okay.
It doesn't play crazy far. It's just about getting the angle right.
Yeah.
Because the hillside can be tricky.
Well, we'll try it. First forehand.
First one doesn't count. Never does.
All right, a little higher. That
was the right shape.
I just don't know if I have the power. It's the only thing. Let me try a backhand. Let me just try a
backhand.
And
the thing is, too, like, if you decide that's the play, the backhand, you'll pretty much make par 100% of the time.
Yeah.
Because it is very short. There's not a lot of trouble. I mean, that actually is going to be parked.
Yeah, that's going to be.
That's probably one of the better backhands I've seen on this hole, actually.
Mantis, baby.
That was kind of inspiring, That's too much. Too much. Yeah, that if you can throw a backhand that direct, you're going in the exact place you need to anyway. So.
Yeah. I mean, I have a lot of those discs in my bag that. While I don't always throw the forehand, obviously, I do have it. I don't know why I picked this up. Here you go. I've had to figure out ways to make it work.
Sure.
And that's a really old beat-in Mantis that kind of flies, gets great. That late flip.
Yeah, I feel like that's another underrated discraft mold.
Oh my gosh, I know.
Yeah, so
that would be fine.
Yeah.
Not bad.
I think it's pretty realistic for you to land a lot of backhands in this spot here.
Thrasher me.
You gotta respect the Mantis putt. Thrasher putt. That could be the play. The players with the biggest arms might be able to carry it. Not really a necessary risk.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
The best markers though is That tree down there is just on the left side of the OB. So if you're left of that tree and obviously not too far left, you're in play.
Okay.
Anything right of that, you may have like a couple feet, but then you're out of bounds.
Okay.
There is like this little shelf up there right next to the drainage thing, and technically that's the best place to land, but it's way too risky.
Okay.
Really, I mean, you can kind of weigh that yourself, but most people, it's just like get a hyzer and play.
Yeah.
And then your second shot will be pretty stress-free.
I feel like if I can blast one at that tree and have it just barely hyzer out at the end, maybe.
I think that's play. Once you get up there, it'll be a lot more clear because
there's no water I have to worry about or losing anything? Or
no, there shouldn't be any water in that ditch. It's usually barren. So
okay. Trying to see if I can just blast it at that tree and see if I can come up short of it and then like hyzer out in front of it maybe. But
you will reach the front end of the ditch no matter what.
Okay.
Yeah, so you're just trying to focus on left of it because you will definitely it starts like not super far past these trees here. It's very long.
What if I went through them? Like through that, like in between that tree and whatever's over there.
Oh yeah. You have a ton of room down there.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Because that tree on the left down there, that bunch of trees, that's still in bounds.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's see what happens. Oh, that was not an anti-flex. That's OB left. Okay, if I did that, but over there.
Yeah, that one skipped out of bounds.
Over there, that would be good. All right, let me try one.
That looks perfect.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, that's gonna be fine.
Okay.
You'll like that one. Yeah,
cool.
That should be clean.
Sweet.
Yeah, because anybody who lands, and you'll see that shelf up there, it is the best place to land, but anybody who lands there was not trying to land.
Was by accident, yeah. My mantis backhand was what I was thinking, because I could just do, but maybe this standstill. Oh, wow, that's why I wish I was taller. I'm gonna try to just punch it in there.
That might be perfect. Yeah, that's great. Yeah, that'll putt.
Okay. I could probably use a little bit
sometimes,
more.
Yeah, it's just weird trying to get power on any shot on this hillside.
Yeah.
It's so tough. That's what I'm saying. Like anybody who lands up there, it's amazing, but it's just so close that you just can't try to aim for that.
Right.
If you can just get a disc with speed on the ground, it's so bare, it wants to slide.
Yeah.
So you'll throw a shot that's hard and might not be great, but if you land back there, you're gonna get up towards C1.
Yeah,
so
for sure.
Yeah, it's really about just can you miss the trees?
Yeah.
And there's plenty.
But the gaps are fair, I think.
Yeah, there's some width for sure. There we go. There are definitely some pros out there that throw like, I feel like empty the bag. So maybe that goes into the longevity thing that you were talking about earlier.
I'm saying, these 19-year-olds can do it now, but I can't.
Well, hey, and it helps.
I can, but I don't want.
Being an experienced tour player and having a few seasons too, like you've seen the courses for the most part, not this one, but that definitely helps because, when I see guys just throwing full power shots over and over again, and I know that they're doing that every day, I'm just like, that just makes my arm hurt even thinking about it.
Yeah, totally. Like, I just I don't have that many options, and I don't need to throw. Like I said, I don't need to throw it perfectly. I know what the disc flies like.
Yeah.
I just have to execute.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Yeah. The next two shots are basically throw it really straight.
Decide how much you want to rip it.
And if the disc gets angle and like wants to skip, you usually get those like 5 to 7 foot little skips that'll take a shot that's like fine, and all of a sudden you're pinched in the woods and you're doing one of these little pitch outs.
Okay.
If you can play this entire hole and not throw one of these little pitch outs, you had a great hole.
Okay.
More than likely.
Let's see. I'm gonna try to get a big distance shot here.
That could be really, really good.
Come on.
If it gets out of there. Perfect.
All right, but a little less inside.
You want it though. You do want it to like just start fading at the end. Like that was very much the right idea.
I'll try again.
That looked really good.
No,
that's like the exact same line.
It's almost there. It's one of those, but I just have to aim better. You can go ahead. Might try one more.
See if I can get one in there.
Maybe I won't try as hard with this guy. Yeah.
See that? Watch.
Yeah, aim over
this
there.
Probably will give you an example of what happens when you get caught on the left. A little jump and a little cut roll, and then that's no good.
They're thick. All right.
Turn. There it is.
And sit.
That's perfect, yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, yet another hole.
I was trying a little too hard on the leather shoe.
Well, yet another hole where there's just enough left to right slope
Yeah.
that stable disc will want to coast a little.
Yeah.
And it does help.
Yeah.
This is one of the New London, what I like to call false corners, where it looks really right to left dog leg.
Yeah.
It's really not that extreme.
Okay.
You can see the tree that's falling left down there on the angle.
Mm-hmm.
If you're fading, like pushing towards that tree and then fading, that's good. You don't want to feel like you're tucking it super early left. You'll end up in the trees, you'll get pinched off. You'd much rather have a much straighter flight and then just finish left. Because you'll see once we get down there, it really is a longer hallway. It looks like it's ending right here, but it keeps kind of going, and then it opens up at the end.
Cool.
So yeah, that's definitely the play. But this is great position. I mean, this is where you want to be.
And again,
for sure.
I'm not gonna like go in any water. Or
no, no, just woods.
Right,
yeah, really no water on this course.
I feel like
honestly,
this one will work just straight. Oh.
That looks pretty good.
Maybe.
That'll be close. That'll be close to the edge.
It was flatter than I wanted it to be.
I would say that probably landed like just about on top of the OB line.
Okay.
It's a 50-50.
All right.
But very close.
Oh, that's a
that
little
one looks good.
Low, but okay.
Yeah, that looks good. That'll be in play.
Okay.
Yeah, the biggest mistake people make is they get to here, they think just a huge hyzer.
Yeah.
But if you don't push it far enough down there, like I said, you'll get pinched off. You won't even be able to see the basket.
Okay.
It's not good.
Little
That looks
better.
really, really good.
That was the height I wanted.
Yeah, that's good.
Let me try the Undertaker. Oh, that was ripped. I shanked it.
Come back, hit some leaves.
Okay,
caught up.
That's fine. I ripped it.
That looks great. There we go. That's
always
right on the basket. That was super
When in
nice.
doubt. I wasn't in doubt. I just wanted to try something else. The thing is, though, when I throw high speed like that, I'm probably not going to make it in the basket because I'm playing that like low line. Yeah.
Opportunity missed. I was just saying, Connor, I should have had all fractions in my bag today.
Yeah.
That was a lapse of concentration.
A little funky, but.
Yeah, this is an interesting landing spot here, right in the path.
Yeah, I don't know if I like it.
Perfect. You somehow found all the best pushing glidey discs in your bag. Like,
I have
all of them
to.
just float.
You know?
Maybe it's just being better at disc golf helps too.
So anyway.
There you go. Well, you got a whole 6 figured out, so if you make it to this point and you're still under par, I think you're doing a pretty good job.
Hopefully. I'm liking it so far. It's really fair fairways, but with intention, and you can't just throw it wherever you want, but you feel like you can because some of these fairways so far have been wide looking.
Right.
But you still have to be aware of the slopes and the OB and the landing zones, and I like that. You can't just do whatever you want.
I think a lot of people, what they'll say about this course coming away from it is it's not the flashiest looking course. You're not going to step up to a hole and be wowed, but it's well thought out and well designed. And it's going to make players think, and it is fair. So
yeah.
But yeah, this is where we'll leave you.
Okay.
So we will let you finish the rest of your round. You're doing a great job so
Thank
far.
you.
So
if I start tanking, I'll have to.
Yeah, just let me know.
Need you guys to come back out here.
To be fair, once you get to the back 9, especially, I feel like a lot of these early holes require a lot of strategy. Maybe you could argue the next hole definitely does, but it gets a little more straightforward on the back 9. That's a lot of the scoring is done there. But yeah, last question I guess would be, so far you've won 3 Pro Tours, is that right? And a major this year. So would you say already you've kind of exceeded your expectations or met them for the season?
Yeah.
Or not yet, staying, always the next one? Like, where's your mentality at there?
Well, I feel like it obviously has been the best season I've had yet, and that's topping a lot of really good seasons. But I don't ever set expectations. I always want to win, and I'm really just amazed at what I've been able to do, and I just want to make sure I'm staying healthy and have the stamina to keep going, because I don't have a world title.
Did you say it's safe to say this is top of your list of what you haven't achieved yet?
Yeah, I would say so. I mean, I think that's the career defining. I mean, a major is career defining, so I'm glad that I got that under my belt, but winning a world title is what everybody wants.
It's the dream.
So that's why we're here.
It's the disc golf dream. Well, thank you for letting us tag along. It was a lot of fun. We got an awesome throw in. So I guess I'm glad we had it. Everything went well. I feel like we're good luck. We're really setting the precedent.
I hope so. Yeah, I feel good. This has been great.
Yeah, thanks for tuning in. Let us know if you enjoyed this video, if you like these kind of practice rounds. I think they're a lot of fun. Not something we do often though, but we got the Tour Championship coming next year now.
That's
we
true.
know. So might have some more opportunity. Missy does pretty good at that tournament in the past. Yeah. So who knows?
So far, well, I hope it's here because I've been.
Yes.
I've had a pretty good round going.
Yes,
so.
I'm not sure. But anyways, thanks for watching. See you next time.